Okay, so today we'll be looking at type of investors. In the stock market, we have different type of investors. So we say understanding different investment style. So there are different investment style. As in, so what I mean by that, some people they call them value investors. So this kind of people they focus on undervalued stocks. They look for company with solid fundamentals. They buy low and they sell high. And they wait for there's a potential for long-time gain. So example, Bank of America and JP Morgan. So any thought on what value investors are? Hello?
People that look for deals.
Okay. All right. So as in, do you know of any person that we could call a value investor?
Warren Buffett.
I think
Okay,
you are.
all right. Okay, that's good. And Warren Buffett. So yes, but that's the kind of style I deal with. Meaning, I'm looking for a stock with good fundamental, great companies, and I will now look for when is a good time to buy them. So the fundamental tells you what stock to buy, but the chart that we are reading will tell you when to buy. Fundamentals tells me what stock to buy. Even though I've identified that NVIDIA or Google is a good company, it doesn't mean I have to buy at that time. So fundamental tells you what company to buy, then the chart that we're reading will tell you when to buy. So it's a good idea to have understanding of both, how to do the fundamental analysis that we've been doing, and how to read the chart. So let me say that again. Fundamental analysis tells you what stock to buy or what company to buy, and technical analysis tells you when to buy that same stock. Do you have any question or any comment?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Google.
Yes.
Do you happen to know what's their unit price?
And today it ends with 9194.
For 1 unit?
Yes, per one share, yeah. And we don't, as in, to determine if a stock is expensive or not, there are so many factors that we will look at. So why do you say it's expensive? Is it just based on the number? When I say number, I mean 194.
Well,
or what are you comparing it with?
I'm comparing with this kind of for example, Google. I put it in the same class as Bank of America.
Oh, that's
and
not
those
true.
kind of people.
Okay, so Google is in the same class with Amazon, with Facebook, with Microsoft.
Really?
Yes, so on those when we look at the FinVis that I showed us, you will find those under communication, under technology and communication. So
Google
Bank
is
of
under that too?
America, okay.
Are you saying Google is under communication also?
Yeah, technology/communication.
Really?
Yes. So Google, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, they all belong to technology.
And what's their unit like? For example, Facebook and the kind. Èló ni stock wọn?
And Microsoft is 447 the last time I checked. So,
Did you
but
say
it's not the
100 or 400?
447.
Wow.
And it's not the amount that determines if they are expensive or not. I showed us the PE, that's price divided by the earning. That's how you determine if it's expensive or not.
Okay.
Uh,
That is that. So where can I read more about that so we don't
uh,
deviate from what we are doing?
Probably, is it 2 weeks ago? As in the video I've recorded that we recorded on YouTube. So either last week or 2 weeks ago, we done that already that I showed
Okay, I
us.
will go and look. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's how you determine if it's expensive or not. Price divided by the earning is P divided by E. So either 2 weeks ago or last week.
Okay.
But that's a good, at least that's a good question. So Bank of America and JP Morgan will be under financial, meaning finance. Then Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft will be technology/communication. So meaning you cannot compare Facebook and you can compare them. Bank of America and JP Morgan will be comparable.
So do you know how much is Bank of America right now?
46 thereabout or $47.
You see, in my own mind, that is why because I happen to know that it's around
Okay.
50. But so in tí mo fi ń compare méjèèjì yẹn nìyẹn. Ó ní mo sọ pé wọ́n.
Oh, okay.
Because
And okay. But they will probably some other time, but have we done the video either 2 weeks
I
ago?
will go
Okay.
and look at it, no problem.
All right. But if you want to know more personally, then I can schedule a time. Then I'll show you. We'll go over it.
Kò burú.
Okay. Ma. So
Ẹ ṣé
again,
gan.
ma, as in, if you want to personally, like, I'll show you the comparison.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So we're talking about type of investor or investment style. So the next one will be growth investors.
Mm.
All right, so growth investor, we have value investor, we say, example, myself, or Warren Buffett. So mostly I read books about him. I follow mostly Warren Buffett principle. So but when I started out, I started day trading. But like I said, for the first 2 years, 2021, I lost like almost $20,000.
Real
So
money or just fake money?
free money.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I spent about $40,000 trading. I mean, it's real money.
Ah, yes. So
I mean, it's not funny. What I mean by it's not funny, meaning when I was talking to somebody at work too, the person said, am I talking about real money or fake paper? I said,
yeah,
money
because
that
it's there. Because they will give you some fake number. I mean, fake
Mhm.
money to work with,
Yeah, you can start with that. They call it
Mm,
demo. So I
yeah.
said money that so the person thought that whenever they talk about stuff that they are talking about paper, I said no money that I can put in
Yes.
my bank account and spend. Mhm. But anyway,
And are
by
you
no,
still doing it?
no,
Are you still trading?
I'm now doing value investment from 2020.
No, what I'm saying is, are you trading still? Or you are into the other kind?
Now I invest. As in
Yeah,
now I'm doing this. What we talked about the first one.
that's better.
Okay.
Because if you really look at trading, I think trading is gambling.
Okay, so so I started with day trading for 2 years. So, but
Jesus Christ.
when I look at how I was performing, I said the value investing. It happened that one of the broker I was using, they stopped me from trading. Trading meaning if you don't have up to 25,000, you can't day trading. You can't trade more than 3 times in a week.
Ah,
So I head on to the morning there, and I was there trading on another brokerage, which is Weibo. So at the end of the year, I compared the day trading to value investment. So I then discovered that even the value I made more money than the headache of day trade. So that's how I switched to like investment.
good.
Okay, so that's what happened, but I just observed for 2022 what happened to both. Then I decided that day trading is not for me, so I switched to what I'm. So I switched to what I've been doing since 2023 and 2024. But by November of this year, I've recovered all the money that I lost for the first 2 years. I lost about 20,000, but as in 20, by November of this year, I've recovered all the losses. So that's why
That's
I'm staying with this one. So I think it's working for me.
I don't blame you.
All right. So next type of investors is growth investors. So this type of people, they seek company with high growth potential. They invest in innovative and expanding business. They have higher risk and higher potential reward. They focus on future earning and market share. So example now, we're talking about Google, Tesla, Amazon. So any thought or any comment about growth investors?
Growth investors.
Yeah. Any comment or any thought?
No, I don't even know anybody right now that is doing that.
I do all of it together.
Oh, you do it.
Okay, so like last week, I didn't buy Google, but I explained that my coworker asked me if they are to buy that week, what I would recommend. Then I recommended Microsoft and Google, and I explained my reason. But if that person has bought it last week, so today the person will be so happy. Meaning it
So
went
to
from
grow.
Yes, it went from like 160 to 192 as of 194 as of today.
Wow.
So, but the reason, let me quickly explain again. The reason is that I said with about every 2 months, there will be some kind of bad news.
Ah,
So
Jesus.
the bad news for Google was that they claiming that they have monopoly of their browsing, no, the Chrome. So they sued them. So that was the bad news. So because of that, people will start selling. But like I explained to the person, that happened to Visa. No, I gave different example, but I said usually about 2 months or thereabout, all the noise will go down. So
Of
I,
course.
I say if I'm gonna buy, I will buy Google. So, but that's how I know. Like around every 2 months, there's gonna be something that somebody will. That is happening to Microsoft already too. The FTC sued them too for monopoly or something. Okay, so any question? Mhm.
No.
Okay. So
So
as in I buy.
we should expect some bad news in next 2 months for Tesla then, because that thing is going off the bunkers.
Yeah, and I will guess so. So Tesla has gone to 400 and something today. So meaning that's the all-time high. So usually, not always. But every day I'm looking out for them. But like you said, sir, so it's likely that Tesla will be next, that they will have the bad news. So usually something will happen, either their car, something, no, somewhere. Usually around 2 months, something will happen. People will start selling. Then what I will do is I will look at the highest price they've been and the lowest, then I will determine. Usually I'm looking for like 20% profit. If I can find it, then I will buy. So usually every 2 months, somebody will say something and somebody, So either
You
Uber,
can almost guarantee right now. I have this serious feeling that Tesla is going to be in trouble in
okay.
January.
All right. Now it's likely.
Uh,
So what you do is that you will be looking out. But like I say, usually every 2 months, something will happen to big companies. No, there are little companies, but I focus on the big one, meaning they have good fundamental, they're established. So like every 2 months, around every 2 months, one of them will have trouble. So anyway, for Brother Dele, so which of these we call them Magnificent Seven? That's NVIDIA, Amazon. Which of them
go
is
slow
having
now. You
trouble?
are going too fast.
Oh, okay. Okay, so which of the seven is having trouble now? I'm putting the question to
Which
Brother
ones
Dele
are the
because
magnificent?
Actually, I have to
Mag-
look. I have to look. But here's one of our observation. I looked at Tesla and I looked at the PE. PE is ridiculously if it's going to fit. Tesla doesn't fit into the PE of its 116. Isn't that too much for a PE?
no, I'm not talking about the price. I'm talking there are seven companies that we call them Magnificent Seven. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and Nvidia. So I'm asking which of those seven is having trouble now?
I think you mentioned Microsoft. I think you mentioned
And
Microsoft.
their own trouble has been 2 weeks, so they already moved from 420 to 447, so they're out of trouble. The trouble is not over, but the price already moved out of trouble. I'm just giving an example of what to buy if you want to buy.
Okay,
Okay.
what is Nvidia?
Nvidia, they made the chip charts, the artificial intelligence chip as in CHIP.
Oh, chips. Okay.
Yeah, that we use for
Okay.
car, for computer. They are the one making it. Okay, anyway, they are the one in trouble from yesterday. As in China already sued them for antitrust.
Okay. This
All
is
right.
only four. You didn't give us the remaining three.
Oh, I said Amazon, Tesla,
Google.
Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and Nvidia. And Apple.
Okay. All
Apple,
right.
okay. All right. So those seven, anyway, Nvidia is the one who's in trouble out of those seven now. Google has been, Microsoft has been, meaning like 2 weeks ago. So, but the one that the trouble started yesterday is
Oríṣiríṣi. Tí kí lorúkọ ẹ
Nvidia.
Apple.
Yeah.
What is Apple going for now? And how are they
Uh,
been performing?
200 and about 240, 235.
And what is their history? A very short history.
They make phone. I think they are what's it called?
I know what I'm
Oh,
saying. The question is how are they performing? Have they
yeah.
been down in the dogs a lot, or have they been rising?
Oh, they are performing very well.
That's all I'm asking. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why
Okay.
they call them Magnificent Seven, meaning the
Uh,
super, as in they are the greatest of all all the companies.
Really?
Yes, those 7. So those are $1 trillion company. Trillion, as in they are all in trillion. Oh. Anyway, for private Facebook and Google hasn't get to trillion, but they are the biggest. Okay. Okay. So Microsoft, Apple, and Nvidia, those are more than 3 trillion. Okay. So that's
So
why they call
these
them
are
like
for the big boys, Abi.
yes. All right. So moving right along. So, but
Okay.
those 7 that I mentioned, you can start looking out every 2 months. Who is gonna get in trouble?
That's funny.
So, meaning when they get in trouble, then you can start looking for a time to buy. But anyway, since I've been looking at it like around every 2 months, something will happen. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So next one is dividend investor. Dividend. So what do we understand by dividend investor?
Income.
Okay, so as in some people, all they want from the stock market is that they want regular income. So some company pay dividend every month, but most company pay every 3 months quarterly. So example, Verizon, Bank of America, Madonna, all those people, Johnson and Johnson, they all paid good dividend. And most of real estate, as in most of real estate companies pay good dividend. So we're saying dividend investor, they prioritize income generation. They invest in companies that pay regular dividend and is ideal for retirement planning and steady income. So when one is still young or you still have a lot of years ahead of you, it may be a good idea to go with the growth company. But as one is getting older, then you can start narrowing down to dividend company. As you know, as they are like during retirement, you want like regular income. So even though the market is not doing fine, those companies will still pay you dividend. You have any question or comment?
Dividend.
Any comment?
I'm just thinking about those what is it called? The Baburuko that when I remember I will let you know.
Okay,
It's one of the ones I'm on. So if I
okay,
remember, I will let you know.
all right,
So that we don't waste time.
all right. So anyway, if one is looking at if you prioritize income generation, that is you just want regular income, regardless of what is going on in the stock market, then dividend is a good as a company that pay good with dividend. So as you know, if you Google them, they will give you examples of Verizon, AT&T, all of those. They've been paying good dividend. Bank of America, Madonna, and you know all of those. Or most of our real estate company too. They pay good dividend.
What about T-Mobile?
No, T-Mobile have they've not started. Verizon and AT&T pay dividend, but T-Mobile hasn't started. They are growing now, as in they are new, but they're growing very fast. As in they're growing faster than AT&T and
You mean
Verizon.
T-Mobile?
Yes.
Do you know what they call them in? What their pricing is right now?
About 237, 200 and yes, there about.
For T-Mobile?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but like I said, that price. It doesn't mean it's expensive
I
until we look.
understand, but
Oh, okay, okay.
you see, in my own head, I have certain things that I juggle when I hear something, you know.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just not sitting right, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, that's just a
okay. So
personal thing, you know.
okay, AT&T is selling for $23 something. Verizon around 40. But like I said, that price it doesn't mean much to me until when I look at their price divided by the earning. That's how I will know your AT&T is cheaper than Verizon or Verizon is cheaper than
Then,
T-Mobile. When I divide them.
can you do me a favor
Yes,
after
ma'am.
we finish this so we
Yeah.
don't waste time? Uh,
Okay.
in your own time, your own private time that you have,
Yeah.
check, can you break it down for me? The
And
T-Mobile,
I think we have
Verizon, and
we have
then
one
tell me
hour.
which one is cheaper.
And once we're done with what we're doing now, if it's not 8 o'clock yet, I can go to P&E and show us how it's done.
Oh, okay.
I
Thank
think
you.
if we're about to done, I mean, we have one more slide left. So once we're done with it, we can go to analyzing stock.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I am looking for a very good one right
Okay.
now that I
All right.
can get into.
All right. And once we're done, we can look at AT&T, T-Mobile, and just to show us how. So we
Oh,
done it other 2 weeks ago, but if we finish before 7:40 or something, we'll go to P&E.
okay,
All right.
thanks.
All right. So next one is index investors. So index investor, we said they believe in the long-term power of the market, invest in index fund or ETF, diversification and lower risk. They aim to match the market return. So do you have any understanding of what an index is or index fund?
Isn't that where 401k is usually benched?
Yes. Okay, so that's usually your 101, 401k. That's where it will be. They won't allow you to buy Google, Apple by themselves. Usually your retirement account or 401k will go to, but for us in medical, we have 403b. That's those with Centera, those in medical line, they call our own 403b. All right, so but that's what we call index or ETF. So example is VOO and S&P, which is the SPY. So the most popular one is S&P. So usually you hear people talking S&P 500, Dow, DOW, or NASDAQ. So those are index.
Uh,
So
Vanguard one of them?
that's the VOO, that's Vanguard. That this VO that I wrote there, that's the index for Vanguard.
Yeah,
Okay. So anytime thing that start with V stand for Vanguard.
I see. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so this is where your 401k will be. So this one is stable because it contains 500 most, as in the biggest 500, I mean, the biggest 500 company in America. So they must have been doing very well for the last 10 years before they will include them. If they are no more doing fine, they will remove them. So meaning as in this one is kind of stable, as in, they are well diversified, about 500. Sometimes more than 500, but they just go with that word. 500, S&P 500. So do we have any question or comment about index investors?
Nope. Thank
Okay,
you.
so some people, if you don't like volatility, meaning like the stock is going up and down too much, you can go with this S&P 500. So I think you just like cost averaging, like every 2 weeks you get paid or every month, just setting up certain amount of money going there. So unless America go bankrupt, that means the whole company in America, then the S&P can go bankrupt because they have the 500, the biggest 500 company in America are in there. So unless every company, Amazon, Google, everybody go bankrupt, then that's when you are likely to lose all of your money. So if one is cautious, then this is what to go with. All right, so that's the end of the slides. So question and answer. All right, so just to recap of what we have done today, we are looking at type of investor. We are talking about understanding different investment style. So we have value investors, we have growth investors, dividend investors, and index investors. So that will be that will be the training for today. So now we'll go to question and answer. Let me stop the recording.
Okay.